To react is former acting DHS Secretary and Heritage Foundation visiting fellow Chad Wolf. Good morning, Chad.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Why won't the Biden administration do more to stop this? They're shooting now at our National Guard officers. So much fentanyl is coming through. Illegal immigrants are walking over the border and they're allowed to stay.
Well, what we've seen from the administration really from day one is just a rollback of all the effective policies that have been put in place over the last 2 to 3 years during the Trump administration. And they're really handcuffing Border Patrol from doing their job day in and day out. They've stopped building border wall system. They've stopped giving them the tools and the resources they need to do their job. And this is a matter of leadership, making sure that from the president to the secretary of DHS, that they're taking a hard line with Mexico and with others, particularly when we see this type of violence along the border. You know, firing into the United States and having cartel members in the United States, you've got to be very direct with the government of Mexico and have them do more and step up their screening and their police force along that northern border. It's difficult for them. Look, I get it, but they've got to do more at the end of the day.
Chad, this weekend on the Weekend Show here on Fox and Friends, we had Governor Mike Huckabee on. He said in his experience governing is personnel as much as it is policy. Personnel becomes policy. So what do we take away from the fact that the Biden administration is looking to push forward a confirmation hearing? His pick to lead Border Patrol is a man, Chris Magnus, who has pushed for sanctuary cities in, for example, the city of Tucson. So if personnel is policy, what do we expect from this nominee for Border Patrol?
Well, I think there's some serious concerns with this nominee, and I think you just start with his experience. He currently leads a police force of about 1,500 folks. It's very different than leading CBP, which has over 63,000 individuals and law enforcement officers. And it's not just Border Patrol and border security that CBP does. It's international trade and travel. Right? It's a national vetting center. It's screening thousands of individuals. There's a host of mission sets within CBP that this individual has no experience whatsoever. He's against a border wall system. That will put him in direct odds with the men and women of the Border Patrol who have asked for that effective border wall system. Not only the Trump administration, but also asked the Biden administration. He's for sanctuary policies. He's for amnesty. So I think he's really advocated for a number of policies that put him on the wrong side of the majority of Americans.
Remain in Mexico could come back. It's up to the Mexican government to agree to it. Will they? Because they've been put down saying they were in violation of international law, the Biden administration said, by doing this. Now what do you think?
Well, I think this is an interesting point, and I think it's very clear what we did during the Trump administration, that this is not an international agreement, MPP, or the Remain in Mexico program. This is unilateral action taken by the United States that the government of Mexico must react to and provide facilities for. So this idea that it has to be agreed to is not actually accurate. Yes, you need to make sure that the Mexican government is set up to take these individuals and you give them the resources to do so. But it just depends on how this is implemented. If it's implemented effectively and robustly across the border, it can work. I'm concerned, though, that the Biden administration will not implement it as it needs to be.
Chad, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Chad.
All right.